Guys, I am excited. We are going back to the mountains. It's been a long time since I've done any backpacking. It's probably been about 2 years, and I am super excited to be back. So for this trip, it's actually going to be a shakedown hike for my upcoming Ben MacKaye Trail through hike in June. That's going to be a 300-mile stretch of trail, and I'm hoping to do it in about 10 to 12 days. So it's going to be kind of a fast packing trip, but I am super excited just to get out there, especially for about 2 weeks, and just really have a good time. So for this trip, we are doing the Georgia Loop Trail, which is a 60-mile loop. It makes up part of the Appalachian Trail for about 30 miles. It takes the Ben MacKaye Trail for about 10, and then it takes the Duncan Ridge Trail for about 20 miles. So I'm super excited. I actually have not done this trail. I've heard it's pretty tough. I believe they call it the toughest hike in Georgia. So I'm excited. I've been training. I've been feeling really good, and I am ready to get out there. I'm gonna show y'all what's in my pack, what I'm gonna be carrying, what camera gear, and what actual hiking gear I'm gonna be using. So first off, let's jump into the camera gear. We have the Sony a7 III. So since everything's about efficiency and lightweight for me for this trip, I broke this down as little as I'm comfortable going with. So for this, I'm running the Didi D4 Duo mic. This one is cool because one, it's tiny. Two, it comes with the dead cats, and it's pretty inexpensive. It's only about $84, I believe. And you can record from the front, and you can record from the back. So if I want to narrate while I'm filming just like this, all I gotta do is hit a switch, and now I can record through here, and it'll record a mono channel, and then I can just convert it to stereo later in post, which is a super awesome option. You no longer have to flip the mic around. When you're vlogging, you don't have to flip it back to go this way. You now can just keep the mic how it is, which is super nice. So, like I said, camera body I'm running is the Sony a7 III, and then for the lenses, I'm only bringing one. I'm running the Sony 35mm 1.8. This lens is great. It's super light, super reliable. 35mm is one of my favorite focal lens. I don't like going super wide for landscape or for vlogging. I just don't like how it looks. It distorts the face. I personally just don't like it. Next, as far as ND filters, I am running the Freewell system. I haven't actually got to use this yet, but I'm super excited about it. Honestly, one of my favorite features is, this magnetic lens cap. I think this is great. I wish everyone would use this. This is awesome. So it literally just pops right on, sticks to the front, which is great because while it's hanging from my Peak Design quick clip, branch won't accidentally hit it or something like that. So I think that is awesome. This is the 2 to 5 stop ND. Like I said, I haven't really got to use it yet. I did watch some test videos on it. It seems to kind of discolor a little bit of the footage, but it's not super bad and it's something you can't fix in post. Next, we're gonna jump into my actual pack system. My pack is the Gossamer Gear Kumo. It is the 38 liter version. I believe it's a size small. On the outside of the pack, we have my Garmin InReach. This is a satellite communicator. Lets me send text. It's great. It's really nice. It's really convenient, and it also tracks me. So my family's a little paranoid, so it gives them peace of mind. So I carry this with me. Okay, then we have a extra 1 liter platypus. I generally don't really carry this, but I'm only carrying this because supposedly there's like a 20-mile stretch with no water on this section of trail, so I have it in case I need it. I doubt I'll have to use it, but it's light enough, so we're gonna take that. Next is my Peak Design strap. So this I carry because I can't carry a gimbal while I'm on trail, so I use this to help stabilize the camera. So use 3 points of contact. Basically, if I need to pan left and right, use it like this, left, right. If I need to do like a walking shot, I will clip it on, and then we'll use this to carry the lens and carry the weight, so it stabilizes a little bit. Help take some of the footsteps out. So carry that. Next we have just water bottles. I use smart litter bottles. I keep a Gossamer Gear band on here, so this one lets me know this is the dirty bottle. So 2 liters of those, and yeah, simple enough. Next we have a rain skirt. This one is by however you pronounce that. It's from Amazon. It's super cheap. It's like 20 bucks. Super lightweight. Just goes around my waist. Keeps my shorts dry. It's pretty simple. Not much to it. So in the description below in the video, I will be attaching an Excel sheet that has the entire gear list and then the items and what they weigh. So you can reference that so that I don't have to add it for each item in the video because that would take forever. So that will be down below in the description, so check that out. So next, still in this pocket, we have just toiletry bag. So basically, travel bidet, deuce spades. Need to replace this bag, it has a hole in it. Some hand sanitizer, which I need to replace this bottle. I'll have another bottle in here. So then, yeah, so much to it, TP. Yeah, all that shit, literally. So next, on the outside of the pack, we have this small carbon fiber tripod. So this thing is great. It's by Oben. It is the CT1000L. It's tiny, it's 19.85 ounces, so nice and light. It's the lightest, almost full-size tripod that I could find. So, opens up pretty nicely, as you can see. Twist locks, and then it has this other piece that you can attach. So you can just screw this on, just like this. And then now you have this nice ball head and you have extra height. So this is great for doing long exposure. If I need to film myself, I like this. I used to use the GorillaPods. I honestly hate them. I don't like them at all. I much rather carry this. And honestly, it's lighter. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. This is great, and anyone who's looking for a tripod, I definitely recommend getting this one. Just try to keep your camera gear kind of light because it's not super stable when your gear gets too heavy. I think it holds 8 pounds, if I remember correctly. Okay, so moving on. We have a rain jacket. This one is new. I actually lost my Outdoor Research Helium 2, which was my good rain jacket for years. So I just picked up a cheap one. This one's by Frog Togs, which I have heard good things about them, and it's only like 35 bucks. This is the X-Lite, or Extreme Light rain jacket. It's about 6 ounces, and like I said, it's only $34. So we'll be testing this out on this trail, and yeah, I mean, it's super light. I can't really complain for $34. Honestly, I might, if it works really well, I might never actually buy another expensive rain jacket again, to be honest. So yeah, there's that. That's all the rain gear. I don't think there's anything else in here. Nope. So now back on the side pocket, we have my Gossamer gear, trekking poles. This trip I'm just carrying one, just because of my shelter it only needs one. Sometimes if I use my actual tent, I will use 2, but for this trip I am keeping it nice and light and bringing a tarp. So there's this. So then I also have this Rawology cork ball, so I will roll my feet and my calves out at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, basically. Helps with the soreness, helps with fatigue. Honestly, I love this thing. It's probably my favorite piece of gear. It's probably my favorite piece of gear that I carry. So, yeah. So now for this part. So in here, I have hand sanitizer. That will be replacing the other bottle that I showed you before. I have my map. This is the National Geographic maps. This is Springer. It's this one. So I'm primarily using this for backup, and then I'm also using the Guthook apps for the AT and the Ben Mackay trail section. So there's that. And then we also have just my stakes. These are Z-Pack stakes for my shelter. I believe there's 6 of them in here. Nothing too crazy. Got some nice dirt from the last time I used them. Okay. Now, moving on to the inside of the pack. So, for this is hard to do while I'm filming. Alright, so we have just a polychrome ground sheet. This is my ground cloth for when I'm sleeping. I will lay this out, and then I lay all my stuff on top of this, including my sleeping bag and myself. So, super light. It's from Gossamer Gear. It's just a Polycro ground sheet. Next, we have my cook system. So, it's all in a Z-Packs medium size Cuban fiber stuff sack. Then from there, I have my Evernew titanium ultralight pot, and then basically in there, MSR micro rocket stove. It's the MSR spork. It's collapsible plastic spork, nothing too special. Just a little pot scraper. I really don't need this for this trip, so this can actually go. And then just a little isobutane fuel canister. It's 110 grams. And then just a mini Bic lighter. So. That is my cook system. I used to do a lot of no cook, and honestly, for me, having a hot meal is just a huge morale boost, so I won't go back to no cooking. So guys who do it, I salute you, but I can't do it anymore. I got old real quick. So this is my shelter. It is a pocket tarp by Z-Packs. This thing is super light. It's literally so tiny. It's really more meant as like an emergency shelter, but I use it as a main shelter. So it works for me. So we're going with this. Then I don't use a lot of stuff sacks, so I just kind of stuff my gear inside a liner, and then that keeps my pack dry and my gear dry. So it is gonna be cold. It's gonna be like in the 20s at night. So I do have just like a long sleeve Patagonia shirt, just a polyester blend shirt, nothing too fancy. Extra pair of Darn Tough merino wool socks. Darn Toughs are my favorite. Got a few pairs of them. I love them. Been using them for years. Next we have let's see, what we got? We have my Marmot Down Anorak, I believe is what it's called. This jacket is awesome. I've had it for years. Just a super nice 950 fill down jacket, or 900, I'm sorry. 900 fill down jacket, super light. I believe it's about 6 ounces. It does kind of tend to rip a little bit, as you can see over the years. It just kind of, I don't know, down comes out. But it's super comfy. I love sleeping in this thing. I use this to add just a little bit of extra warmth to my sleeping bag, and it's great. Sometimes I'll swap this out depending on where I'm going. If I know it's gonna be raining a lot, I'll bring a synthetic jacket, just because once down's wet, it doesn't insulate. So sometimes I'll do that depending on the trip. But for this trip, we're supposed to have phenomenal weather. It's like 1% chance of rain. So for that, I think we're just gonna rock the down jacket because it's lighter and it's way easier to pack. So down jacket is coming. Next we have just some glove liners. These are the North Face, I think they're called the E-Tips. They have the technology in the fingertips where you can still use your smartphone, which is nice. You don't have to take your gloves off. Generally these will probably just be at night and then in the morning. I don't usually really hike with them on, but it's nice to have them, so they're light enough and we'll bring them. Let's see. Next we have, so this is the original Neo Air X-Lite. I don't have the Uber Light version. This is just the normal X-Lite. This is the size small version. I believe it is about 8 ounces. And I'm 5'7", so I carry a small pad. It doesn't bother me. It only covers my torso up till about my hip area, probably about my mid-thigh area. But having my knees and my ankles off of the pad really doesn't bother me. I sleep just fine, and honestly I curl up when I sleep, so half the time I basically almost fit on the entire pad. So for 8 ounces, size small is the way to go. So moving on. Next we have, back in clothes, some Icebreaker merino wool drawers. Yeah, keep the goods all nice and happy and comfy. So merino wool for underwear, definitely a must in my opinion. keeps you from smelling really, really bad, which obviously smelling on trail after multiple days of not showering is inevitable. But Merino, I don't know, it just works really well. It's comfortable, it breathes really well, wicks really well, and it keeps odor down. So I carry 2 pairs of these, which I'll show you the other pair in a second once I get to the stuff I'm going to be wearing, once I actually get to the trail. But this is just the additional clothes that I have. So moving on. Next we have my food. So this is hard to get out. This is my food bag. It is a Z-Pax food bag. I do like Z-Pax's stuff. It's kind of expensive, but Cuban fiber does work really, really well. So I have a carabiner on here just for bear bagging. I have some bear rope in here, and then I have 2.5 days worth of food. So for this, I'm carrying about 4,500 calories a day. I generally eat a lot and I burn a lot of calories since I do high mileage days. So for this trip, I'm averaging about 25 miles a day. The third day, I believe I have to do about 10. I gotta check the math on it, whatever. Generally, I will set a timer on my watch and I'll eat a bar basically about every hour just to try and get some calories in. And yeah, so 4,500 calories a day and about 120 to 130 grams of protein to help fuel the body. So that's the food. I probably will do an actual backpacking food video by itself because it's a whole nother topic, and I'll make that for y'all so y'all can check that out soon. Okay, so moving on. This is the pack liner. This is also by Gossamer Gear. It's just a pack liner. It works better than trash compactor bags. I used to just use trash compactor bags, but they used to always rip on me, so I finally just bought the bullet and bought one. Next we have the Exped UL pillow. This is great. It's an inflatable pillow. I think it's about 2 ounces. This is the size medium. I can't sleep without a pillow. I have horrible neck pain every time I wake up without one. I've tried it for years and I could never do it, so this is a luxury item, but this is a no-brainer for me. Like, this has to come with me every single trip. Okay, so last but not least, we have my Enlightened Equipment Enigma. This is a 20-degree quilt, and for this, I don't use a stuff sack. Like I said, I just stuff all of my camp clothes in there, actually. So for camp clothes, I have my my Cap 3 top. This is a Patagonia Cap 3 top. I've had this for years. I love it. Super nice, super warm, super comfortable. It's great to sleep in. I can use it as a hiking top if I need to, as a base layer. I have my Cap 4 leggings. So long johns, use these for sleeping. And if I need to, I can hike in them. I very rarely ever need them to hike. My legs generally don't get that cold, so generally they're just for sleeping. But got those. I have an extra pair of socks in here somewhere. Let's see. They might have fell out when I was pulling them out. Yeah, they did. So these fell out, but I have an extra pair of socks. These are just some Smart Wool socks. Basically, I use them to keep my feet warm at night when I'm sleeping. I generally hate sleeping with socks on, but it gets freaking freezing out there, so yeah, I got that. And then one thing that I still had to add is just kind of like my little first aid kit. Neosporin, toothpaste, contact solution. I need to add a contact case still in there, and my glasses, and then just a hot pink toothbrush because it was the only color I could find. So that will be going with me. And if y'all see me looking up, I have a camera rigged up here, so that's how I'm getting the top-down shots. So that's what I'm looking at. So another new addition that I will be using is this Gossamer Gear fanny pack. So I will be taking this fanny pack with me, and in here, it's super nice because I can just keep all these little small items in here that I normally would have to take my pack off to get. So just like a small notebook. So I use this for writing like my Instagram captions down, for journaling, film ideas, anything that comes to mind. This is a brand new one. It's beat to shit, but it works. So we're going with this. Just have a small mask, COVID friendly, in case there's a bunch of people on the Appalachian Trail. I'll take this. Extra Sony battery. extra bag for my cell phone. My cell phone will go in here. Then I have a pen. And then some Aquamira. So normally I use one of the Sawyer Mini or Sawyer normal sized filters, but anytime I go backpacking and it's below freezing, I usually will switch to Aquamira. I really like Aquamira because I don't have to deal with a frozen filter in the morning, and that shit is miserable, and then I have no filter to use. So for this trip, since it's gonna be in the 20s at night, I will be taking Aquamira. Super nice. Chemical treatment, works really well. Add some drops to it, 30 minutes, you get clean water. So we're taking that. Got some vitamin I, aka ibuprofen. I don't generally take this that often, but if I do start to get really inflamed in my joints, I will pop some of this just to help. Some cheap Apple headphones, nothing too fancy. I don't like carrying the wireless ones because it's more stuff to charge. So we just go with the wired ones for hiking. And then some Imodium, just in case. You never know. And then the only other thing that I'm missing where is my tech gear pouch? So then I did skip this. This is my tech pouch. Basically, it's just a Ziploc bag with all my electronic items in here. So for this, we have just a memory card case. It's extra additional memory cards. Nothing too fancy. Just some charging cables, USB-C to Lightning for my phone. Yeah, this cable is going to be for my watch, so I really won't probably need it for this trip, but this is my Garmin watch. I forgot the model. I'll put it in the description, but this calculates altimeter, footsteps, heart rate, phone. It's basically just like a smartwatch, but for outdoors pretty much. And it connects to my InReach and gives me updates. So super nice. I love this watch. It's super comfortable. And it's actually not that expensive compared to their other models. This one is about $180, and their other models go for like $500 to $600. So it's super comfortable. It's probably the most comfortable watch I've ever worn. Next we have just like a small lens cloth. This one just came with the free roll filter, so I'll just have it in there in case I need it. More charging cables. This is for my headlamp. This one is for USB-C. This is to charge my camera batteries. I can charge it directly to the body, so super easy. Next we have my Nitecore headlamp. This thing is super bright and super light weight. I may switch to a flashlight in the future. I don't know. I haven't really decided. If it gets too dark and the trail gets too flat and hard to see, generally I'll just take it off and then kind of hold it and kind of aim it where I need it, basically. So it kind of doubles as both hands-free and a flashlight if needed. But I may switch to a flashlight. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. And then I have a Nitecore 10,000 milliamp battery pack. So this has two outputs. It has a USB-C, which you also can charge through to charge the battery bank, and then it has just a normal USB 3.0 output. So you can charge two things at once from this. This is the lightest battery bank I could find. Okay, so first up for things that I'm going to be wearing while I'm hiking is my Patagonia running shorts. These are super lightweight. I've been using them for the past few seasons of backpacking and running. They hold up really well. They're really durable. I don't have any rips or anything still, and I've had them probably for about 4 years now, maybe 5. I've had them for a while. They've really held up. Even after getting like hooked on bushes and stuff, they still never ripped. So I do cut the liner out. I wear the merino underwear, so I find those a lot more comfortable than the liners that come with the shorts themselves. So like I said, I cut those out, and yeah, good pair of shorts. Can't complain. They've held up. So this is one of my icebreaker tank tops. I like wearing tank tops when I hike just because I like as much airflow as possible. Helps keep me cool. The merino is really nice. Keeps the stink away and dries really quick, and it's just super comfortable and wicks really well. So they're a little on the expensive side. Merino's always a little bit expensive, but in my opinion, they're worth it and they hold up. So another pair of Darn Tough socks. Another pair of icebreaker merino underwear. It's a blue color. And then for my shoe of choice for this year, I'm still rocking Ultras. I used to wear the Superiors. Well, first I started in the Lone Peaks. I had the Lone Peak 4s, I believe. And then I switched to the Superiors. And I did really, really like the Superiors. They fit my feet really well. I had the Superior 4s. But I put about 600-700 miles on them, so they kind of are beat to shit now. So I had to upgrade. So for this year, I went with back to the Lone Peaks, and now I'm wearing the Lone Peak 5s. I love this color. I think it's awesome. The shoe so far seems to fit really well. I haven't actually put any miles on these yet, so they are brand new. But I am super excited to try them out. I am running a Superfeet. Well, I'm running a pair of Superfeet Carbons on the inside, help with arch support so my arches don't collapse, and they seem to work really well together. So super low volume insole, and they fit the shoes really well. So hopefully no feet problems, and we're good to go. Alright guys, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, make sure to go follow me on Instagram at ccaso21. That is my hiking Instagram. This one's brand new. So I do have another main account that I use for filmmaking and for all my other work, but this one is strictly focused on just backpacking. It's going to be backpacking gear reviews, trail videos, photos, all that jazz. So make sure you follow that one, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to see more content like this. I will be doing a video from the Georgia Loop, so be on the lookout for that. Alright guys, until next time.